Hey guys, this is Eric Vasquez here from teachmetodesign.com. Do you want to know how to create custom brushes from photos easily in Photoshop? Well, in today's lesson, I'm going to show you as part of our 30 Tips in 30 Days video series. Now, you'll see here in Photoshop, I've already got an image open. It's basically this cloud kind of floating on a background. And you can do this with any image, but for the purposes of this, I'm just going to show you how you can, kind of quickly create a selection and then define this as a custom preset brush. The first thing you want to do here is duplicate the image by pressing Command J on your keyboard. Then I'm going to increase the contrast of the image by applying a levels adjustment, which you can do easily by pressing either Command L on your keyboard or coming up here to the Image Adjustments menu and choosing Levels. From there, I'm going to drag this handle towards the right to increase the darkness, and drag the right handle inwards towards the left to kind of blow it out and increase the white or lightness of the image. Then go ahead and hit OK. From there, come up to the Image menu and choose Calculations. Here you'll notice I have the blending mode set to multiply, but you can change that to anything, with the main goal being just to get as much contrast as you can. Go ahead and hit OK. And then we're going to come over here to the Channels tab. Now you'll see here you have your gray layer, your gray channel rather, and your alpha 1 channel, which is the one that we're going to be working with. Now with that channel selected, hold down the Command key and click on the thumbnail. That'll create a selection around the image. Switch back to your Layers tab and then invert the image by pressing Command-Shift-I. You could also do this by just coming up here to Image, Adjustments, Invert. Alright, from here, go ahead and add a layer mask and then turn off the visibility of your background layer. And you'll see that now you kind of have this cloud floating on a transparent background. Now we just have one more step before we can define this as a preset. All we're going to do is select both of these layers and press Command E to merge them and flatten the image. Conversely, you could come up here to the upper right of your Layers panel and choose Flatten Image. Although I think if you do Flatten Image, it might not give you the transparency that you want. Yeah, it would add a white background. So on second thought, don't do that. Just select both of these and press Command E and merge them so you can retain the transparency. From there, all you have to do is come up to the Edit menu and come down here to where it says Define Brush Preset. Click that and it's just going to ask you to name your brush. I'm just going to call it Cloud Brush 1. Now to see your new brush in action, just create a new document, which you can do by pressing Command N, click OK. I'm just going to fill this layer with a random color. Let's go with like a pink or green or anything that you want really. It doesn't really matter. Alright, then create another new layer and switch to your brush tool, and you can press F5 on your keyboard to get the brushes panel. Up here you'll see there's an option for brush presets. You're going to come all the way to the bottom and here's your new custom cloud brush. Alright, when you click on that, you can switch back to the brush tab and you'll see that you've got all these options available. Now by default this brush is going to be huge because the original source image that we used was pretty big. So you can use the left and right brackets on your keyboard to toggle the size of your brush, depending on how big or small you want it to be. I personally think it's better to create your custom brushes large starting off because it's much easier to make a large brush small than it is to make a small brush large. If we used a really small image and increase the size of it, the quality might be pretty crappy, so we don't really want that. So now, all you have to do is, kind of click and see what you have. You can use black, white, or any other color that you might want to use. And also feel free to play around with some of these other options here, like the size jitter, scattering to scatter the brush, and just, go to town. And you'll see that how quick and easy it is to create this cool cloud brush here. And you could always come in and add something more to it. If you wanted to add some type, add another image, and experiment and just kind of go nuts. But this works really well with and it can save you time in your design. Say you wanted to create like custom bird brush or mountains or anything like that. So it's very useful to know how to do this in Photoshop. It'll really save you a lot of time, and it can just be fun. I do this a lot with textures and everything like that as well, especially when you're painting or doing photo manipulation and that kind of stuff. So there you have it, guys. You can see in just a couple of minutes how easy it is to create a custom brush from scratch in Photoshop, or using a source image as I've done here. I hope you found this useful, and please be sure to let us know what you guys are working on and how we can help you design better.